What it is, you already know where you at, and you already know what it is. It's your boy K the fuck IX, and all I ask you do is this: feed me 50K subs, chat. We need them subs. Tap in right now, subscribe to the channel. Tap in right now, like the channel. Tap in right now, follow them tags on the screen. They up there. Hit them buttons on the screen. Feed me 50K subs, chat. Cause pistol on my side be a green light. Come on, green light. You already know what it seems like. Subscribe to the channel, right? Let's go. We tapping in the raw wave, chat. That's what we tapping into, fam. We tapping in the raw wave. He was blowing them. And allegedly had his girl. Ooh. Tender dick. But let's get into it. Let's see what happened, chat. He said, pistol on my side, be a green light. Yeah. Green light. That's what he was doing with his girl. He said, I don't give a fuck who you is. But real, tap in right now. Feed me 50K.
That Molly can't think right. It's about to be a fucking green light. I get in my feelings off that hand, dog.
Hey, I really do. I get in my feelings off that hand, dog. Tap in right now. Feed me 50K subs, chat. We need them subs.
If I ever catch the nigga who killed him out on the street, I'ma tie him to my truck and drive that nigga to the beach.
He said you gotta tie that nigga to the street. Ooh. That's why we need them subs, chat. We bring you that straight bass. I'm telling you, chat. It's about to start. You already know how I go. I had to bullshit for a minute. Feed me 50K subs, chat. We in here.
Green light. Pistol in the party don't seem right. Liver off that Molly can't think right. It's about to be a fucking green light.
Real talk. What it is, chat. We tapping in right now.
G-Wagon after his house was broken into. May 20th, 2025, Rod Wave was taken into custody and booked into the Fulton County Jail in Atlanta. A long list of charges would range from aggravated assault, possession of a firearm, pointing or aiming a gun at another person, and tampering with evidence. A total of 13 charges, with damn near half being felonies, has left fans wondering what the hell happened. Spade TV News would post to Instagram Rod Wave's affidavit, and according to the arrest affidavit, on May 13th, officers executed a search warrant at Rod Wave's 6-bed, 7.5 bath, 14,000 square foot, 3-acre mansion that last sold in 2024 for $9
That's a
million.
big motherfucker.
Specifically, detectives wanted the home security footage. They believe the video recordings contain evidence of a previous burglary,
Don't tell on me.
shooting.
What it is, chat. Look, we bringing you something today. We got Hello Fresh, and if you like eating fresh, either it's raw meat, cooked meat, sushi, whatever it is. You vegan, you want a chicken rocks, you want to sauce it up. Look, you get one box for a $60 value. A Hello Fresh on me. 30 days free. Did I say 30 days? I'm going to give you some more. 3 months free. Hello Fresh. Eat fresh on me, chat. All you gotta do is hit that tag you see on the screen or follow the video and you gonna see it in the description. Hello Fresh. 3 months on me free. Your boy KIX, the KIX way. Hit that tag. I'm gonna get you right.
That took place at the residence. Recovering the recording device they sought, detectives found footage from April 21st. Reviewing the footage, the master bedroom window was broken, indicating someone broke into Rod Wave's house, but video from the 2 days before wasn't there. Rod Wave sent this realtor to check on the home, and she could be seen on surveillance video walking around the garage courtyard before leaving and returning within a...
Hey, chat, that seemed a little fishy, don't it? They had the footage of the day they broke in, but they didn't have the footage of the days before. So the shit probably was tampered with, though. They was just looking at footage. They probably wasn't even that day of they thought it was. That's crazy, chat. It's getting spooky. Feed me 50K subs, chat. Tap in right now, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel.
The realtor. They'd take pictures of the residence and open the garage door where a Mercedes G-Wagon parked. They were not seen taking anything from the home and eventually left. Her name is Manariah Andrews, can be seen pulling up in a BMW.
So you break in a house and don't take nothing? How that sound, chat? Let me tell you how that sound. Like the valuable part that they needed wasn't in the house. Rod wasn't home, so it wasn't enough for them to, so they left. It was a hit. Think about it, chat. You're breaking up. What he said? Something $1 million house. Big as all them jewels and cars. We ain't taking none. It seemed like somebody was coming for something more than jewelry and jewels and money. Tapping right now, we gotta get seriously deep into this Rod Wave thing.
Shortly after, Rod Wave and an unknown associate would pull up in an SUV. Rod and his associate could be seen carrying bags and what appeared to be a box from the residence while his girlfriend followed. While the surveillance footage had no audio, it appeared to detectives that Rod Wave was arguing with his girlfriend. She could be seen yelling at Rod, who in return pulled out a Glock 20 10mm pistol from under his left arm, opening fire at his girlfriend's G-Wagon that he bought her for Christmas. The same G-Wagon posted on her Instagram. Detectives would count Rod's shot 14 times until the weapon was empty. 11 bullets would strike the G-Wagon, 1 round struck Rod's Rolls Royce.
That's some heated passion type shit. You see her, you see him. You see why he blicked that car, because he said, I can't hear you when nobody else had you. Whew, he on that type time. You don't need a chat. For you ladies out there, you don't need no nigga that's on that type time. That's crazy.
Boys, and 1 round struck a wall, while the 14th bullet was never recovered.
Ooh.
While Rod was shooting, his associate was unfazed, as if he knew what was going to happen. He just continued to place things from the house inside of the SUV. Rod's girlfriend, on the other hand, dug down and ran inside of the house in fear. She'd then run from the house to a nearby neighbor, call her mother, telling her Rod Wave shot her car up, and telling her mom to call 911. Rod could then be seen on camera running through the front of the yard, as detectives believed he was now panicking, knowing his girlfriend went to the neighbors to call the police.
Don't tell
Rod's
him
associate would also seen the panic as they both jumped into the SUV, but their exit was blocked by Mini Barbie's BMW. With Rod Wave driving, he'd reverse into the BMW in an attempt to push it out of the way, leaving his tires spinning. Pulling back up to the garage, Rod's associate would shut the garage door to prevent the shot-up G-Wagon from being seen. Rod would get out of the SUV while on the phone, and his associate would begin collecting shell casings. Rod would attempt to drive around the BMW, but ended up striking a staircase and blowing out his front tire, disabling the SUV. Getting out, Rod would grab windshield wipers, throwing them onto the stairs before calling someone else on his phone. Rod would lock the SUV, lock up the house, and leave through the back of the residence. Detectives would locate a damaged backyard fence, leading them to believe 300-pound Rod Wave broke the fence while escaping.
Bro, so you couldn't get out the front way. This is your house. It's nobody else's house. So you go around back and pop your teddy bear ass through the fence? That's more money you gotta spend on this shit. That's how mad you was over this female. Whew. Hey, ladies. Whew. He's a tender ass nigga. I can't say that. He's a tender dick ass nigga. I'm saying the word today.
Detectives were now confident they had video evidence clearly showing Rod and his associate working together to alter the scene of a shooting, and later discovered Rod contacted his bodyguard to pick them up from the scene to avoid apprehension, while taking evidence from the scene to make it appear Rod was never there and no crime happened other than a burglary. Due to this information, probable cause was found to arrest Rod Wave on charges of aggravated assault, pointing or aiming a firearm at another person, 2 counts of possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, 2 counts of reckless conduct, 2 counts of criminal damage to property, 2 counts of obstruction of law enforcement, 2 counts of tampering with evidence, and conspiracy to commit a felony.
Ooh.
Now, I don't think this should come as a surprise that one of the top artists making emotional music reacted emotionally to someone breaking into his mansion.
Come on.
But to shoot the shit out
Emotional
of
ass
the G-Wagon is a little bit over the top. But we don't know if she was bitching his ear off on the phone and he just snapped. At the end of the...
Because it seemed like this. If he was mad over something else, he wouldn't have fucked his girlfriend G-Wagon up. But it seemed like somebody broke into his house over... Listen, Chad. Break it down. He's popping at her G-Wagon. They walking boxes out the house, arguing back and forth. What you think? That nigga didn't come over that. Listen, if he came in and didn't steal nothing, nigga probably said, look, nigga, I'm hitting your bitch. Yeah, you making all this money. I don't give a fuck about that. She giving me the money you making, nigga. And I'm fucking your bitch. That's what that was about, Chad. And if you tap in right now to the truth, I got the whole... Hey, listen, I got the source. The bag is over here right now. I have the source. So with female chat, these situations like this, somebody go in, don't take nothing. It's either this a backdoor situation or over a female. They ain't take nothing out the house. That's a multi-million-dollar mansion. And you ain't take nothing. Come on, chat. Nigga was hitting his girl. Came up in the house looking for him. He wasn't there, so they dipped. He hit him on the phone like, yeah, nigga, I was in there. He was hot, so he blew out G-Wagon.
Today, he bought the car, most likely owns the car, and he didn't cause her actually any harm aside from what? Stress? The paperwork never stated he aimed a gun at her or threatened her with it, even though that's what he's been charged with.
That's what he did.
Rod has Drew Finley behind him. You know, Dirk's lawyer, Young Boy's lawyer. Meaning this shit is about to go away with a quickness.
That nigga about to... Drew Finley, this time around, is about to... He about to throw Rod Wave in that water. He done beat too many cases, got so much money, he gotta give something back. And Rod Wave gonna be that ticket.
Will play an important role. On the night the burglary took place, police responded to the mansion after receiving reports of a domestic dispute, with witnesses hearing yelling and screaming. Minnie Barbie was outside crying, as she was the one that discovered the home had been broken into, with the safe in the basement being dragged across the floor before being emptied. The investigation revealed bullet casings, bullet holes, 2 shot-up luxury vehicles, a handgun, a broken window by the pool, and a hammer in a nearby bush. The scene resembled a fucking shootout, leaving detectives wondering what actually took place, which led to the search warrant for the surveillance video. Now, Drew Finley would comment, only saying there is no truth to the charges. Rod Wave was a victim to a burglary and committed no crimes. How he was even charged as a result of this situation is incomprehensible, and this will absolutely be resolved in favor of Rod. Surveillance video that's been recovered, but eventually that argument will come. Now, I find it highly disrespectful, being a big guy myself, that detectives assume Rod Wave broke the backyard fence by jumping over it. And if they had that on video, I ain't gonna lie, that shit would have went viral. Seeing Rod Wave jump a fence. But anyways, to hear that this happened and the detectives are alleging they have the video of him pulling out the gun, shooting up the car, and then covering up everything that took place, I'll say this. If a crime was committed, bro, it isn't as serious as what he's been charged with. And if you've ever been locked up, you might have heard of this.
I'm gonna tell you this. Knowing the scenario, they went in there and took the bands. She was in there on the ground crying. They was arguing. He blew her G-Wagon. She had something to do with the bands being took. Them was hard niggas that took the bands. Now come on now. You in the house. Come on, man. Like, she's in the house. They not telling you that. They go in there and walk around that big ass house. Come on now. You ain't calling nobody or like police, nothing. They dragged that big ass safe across that big ass basement. You in the house and you ain't do nothing. Rod gone. That's what I'm saying, Chad. You gotta watch your people who's around you, man. Everybody that's around you ain't for you. And that's real.
Spaghetti effect. When you throw a plate of spaghetti at the wall, it slaps, it starts to come
50K
down.
subs, Chad.
And eventually the majority of the shit hits the floor while a couple of things are still standing. And that's what I think is going to happen with these charges. He's been hit with a bunch of charges that are serious, but I think that his lawyer is going to pick them apart strategically in a manner in which, you know, maybe he gets probation, maybe he gets time served, community service, whatever. I don't know the statutes in Georgia, but firing a gun, discharging a firearm in public is a misdemeanor in Florida. The South has lenient laws. You know, the 4th of July, people just shoot guns off and shit. Maybe his lawyer will go that route. At the end of the day, he fired into something that he bought. You know, he bought the G-Wagon. And if you're a YouTuber and you're shooting guns on your property at shit you own, it's not that big of a deal, you know what I mean? But that's going to be
making content.
For the lawyer to figure out. I don't think he caused harm or threatened his girlfriend. I think that if your home gets broken into, your safe gets ran through and emptied, we don't know how much money he lost, you're going to be pissed, right? And maybe he lost shit worth more than that fucking G-Wagon, and he was like, you know what? Fuck your car, because I just lost all this shit. And he did what he did, allegedly.
Right.
We don't know. We're just the bystanders that are going to sit back and see what the fuck happens.
And you was in the dungeon with your boy K the fuck out. We just tapped in with 1090 Jake on that Rod Wave scenario. And I felt like this. I feel like it was backdoor. I feel like the girl set it all up. That's just how I feel, chat. And me personally, you drag a big ass safe across the floor, you emptied it. Ain't nobody there, you ain't grab nothing else. You knew where to go to get the safe. How? How? If nobody told you and you ain't messed nothing up in the house, you just drag. How you know all this? How you know to go to the safe? How you know where it was at? How you know Rod wasn't home but she was there? Like, come on, man. Put it all together. And when they put it all together, he gonna go down for blowing that blick. Because she's saying he was trying to hit her. She played a major role in this. If she like plead no contest, but if she plead content, then he's gone. But no content, he's not. You feel me? He's come back home. But in the meanwhile, chat, tap into the channel, subscribe to the channel, like the channel, in that comment box, I'm gonna hit your back. I'm gonna keep it a beam. You put them in a stronghold. Feed me 50K subs, chat. I need 50K subs. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. That's all I ask you to do.